All right. The first thing I'd like to address is that we're in a new location here. I moved my studio. I have a lot more space now, so that's cool. Moving on, I would like to say that this is not a sponsored video. Everything that I am about to say about XTN and their products and this guitar and everything else is all my opinion, and it's how I feel. So yeah, I guess let's start with my build experience. I found Chris in a forum on Facebook, and he hadn't built very many guitars for the public or anything as far as I understand. So I kind of got early into his whole process, and that allowed me to make a lot of decisions as far as the customizations of the instrument and the shape and stuff like that, and the headstock and little things like designing the inlays together. And that was a really great experience. That was awesome. And being able to bring this vision that I had and that we were kind of creating together into a reality together instead of just like picking things off of a spec list was really monumental for me as far as this whole experience and buying this guitar is concerned. I was definitely taking a risk, but it was a risk well made, and I'm glad that I did. Next, I want to talk about the build quality, and I mean, I don't even really know where to start. Honestly, this guitar is everything that I could ever want in a metal, guitar oriented in modern metal, and extreme metal. The neck is thin as hell. It's thinner than a Wizard 3. Not by much, but enough that you can tell. It's like a flat D. The fretboard is very flat, which I wanted intentionally, and I really like that. It doesn't have any neck dive because of the headless, orientation. And it's just insane. Like, this nut is, as far as I know, just fully custom. Like, he just made this out of a CNC or something, and it's just like the craftsmanship is very much there. The level of detail to all of the things that we just had discussed online and then seeing it come to fruition is just out of this world, honestly, and I'm about to buy another one because of it. So right here I've got the spec sheet for the instrument. It is a Stüpp, that is the name of the model. 7-string bolt-on, 25.5 inch scale, swamp ash body. We've got a 5-piece mwenge and maple neck with carbon rod enforcements. I believe it's dual carbon rod enforcements, but I'm not positive on that. We got a ebony fretboard with this waxing and leaning moon thing going on that I thought up, and then pitched the idea hit to him, and he made them out of brass. They're just brass inlays, which is really cool. It's got an XTN custom-made brass nut, like I was talking about earlier, and it's got a 0 fret, which is nice. I know a lot of companies don't put the 0 frets anymore. I like it. So it's also got a T4M floating tremolo, which is a single saddle. And then for the lumen lay dots, he took like these 2mm brass like tubes basically, and then filled them with lumen lay material. And it's really unique and also really cool looking. And I've got the Schaller security strap locks, Fishman Fluence, Keith Marrow signature pickups with a 3-way blade switch. It's a polyurethane matte finish, and the neck finish is true oil. The neck thickness at the first fret is 19mm. The 12th fret is 20.8mm, and the nut width is 49mm. And the last thing I'd like to touch on is that I recently became affiliated with Stoneworks Picks. I've been using them pretty exclusively for probably 5 or 6 years now, and they've got a lot of really nice products, and I have a code for 20% off that you can use, and it is JDB20, all capitals. If you type that into your little bar at the checkout, you'll get 20% off, and you can try some of their products. Here's a bunch that I have. This one is probably my favorite. It's Dinosaur Down. But I recommend checking them out. They're the best picks that I've ever used. except Dunlops. We all like Dunlops, you know. Like, but I like the Stone. I like how stiff they are. It's really good and suits my playing, and maybe it'll suit yours too. So check those out.